Have you ever wondered, in your darkest moment, if there would be someone who would stand up to save you, even when the whole world turns its back? In the chaotic war zone of the universe, when all hope seems to vanish, only a brave soldier and an alien warrior, two beings of different species but sharing a common fate, decided not to give up. Together, they overcame unimaginable dangers, faced powerful enemies, and unlocked a new door to the lives of millions of worlds. Follow this inspiring and thrilling story. Their journey is not just a fight for survival, but also a testament to the power of connection and courage. Don't take your eyes off the screen, because this adventure has never been more captivating. The last light of day gradually faded, leaving behind a cold night that enveloped the dense primeval forest, once echoing with the clashing of swords and heavy artillery fire. Ethan Voss, the rare surviving warrior from Earth Alliance's 23rd Tactical Unit, silently crawled through the shattered metal debris amidst the charred ruins of a flattened outpost. The heavy technological armor weighed on his shoulders, and his environmental sensors faintly alerted to a weak movement ahead. His eyes widened slightly as he spotted a figure lying among the dust-covered rubble, a woman of the Lazarian race, her skin a pale purple shimmering like stars, her long golden hair scattered with dirt. Lyra Sin, a wounded warrior, but her gaze still blazing with fierce vitality. Instinct urged Ethan to move on quickly and retreat, but a voice inside would not let him abandon her in the inferno. He knelt beside Lyra, feeling her weak yet resilient breaths. Despite strict military protocols forbidding him from lingering, humanity and connection rose above all. "We cannot let them take her, we cannot lose this hope," Ethan whispered to himself, his eyes igniting with determination. Outside, the relentless pursuit of the DRANID forces grew louder as they closed in. But in that brief moment, amid the smoke and biting cold air, a rare alliance was born, a strange union between two races, a love story not just of survival, but a bond that would tie the future of the universe. The night fell thick like a black velvet curtain, cold winds sweeping through ancient treetops, creating a chilling symphony of rustling leaves and distant ghostly moans. Ethan carried Lyra on his shoulders, moving gently through ash and debris left by a recent battle. The devastated surroundings stood as a grim warning: nowhere was safe. Lyra's golden hair, streaked with dust and dried blood, shimmered under the moonlight like a mystical halo around her. Her ethereal purple skin was not only a sign of her alien blood but radiated an extraordinary beauty, a subtle blend of strength and femininity. Her storm-gray eyes, deep and piercing, reflected both pain and a fierce will to live. Ethan sensed Lyra's rapid heartbeat, though she tried to hide her exhaustion. He bent down, whispering into her ear, "We can't retreat anymore. The hunters are closing in." Each word sliced through the silent night like a sharp blade. Suddenly, from the deep forest came the roar of DRANID beasts, followed by the metallic clash of weapons. The enemy army was advancing. Ethan tightened his grip on Lyra, worry mixing with an unwavering resolve. He lowered himself carefully, pressing Lyra to his back. "Hold tight, I will protect you." A shimmering blue light emanated from his enhanced combat armor, reflecting the fiery sparks around the forest. Suddenly, a group of giant DRANID warriors clad in glossy black armor and glowing blue energy weapons charged at them. Ethan didn't hesitate, opening fire. Plasma bolts tore through the air with deafening explosions, but he stood firm, shielding Lyra. Though crippled and weak, Lyra's sharp eyes surveyed the battlefield. The warrior blood within her awakened. She whispered tactical advice and enemy weak points to Ethan like a seasoned commander. Despite her physical limits, their armor's weak spot is between the hip and collar. One precise shot will bring down their defense. Ethan nodded, their teamwork seamless as if they shared one body, one mind. The darkness threatened to swallow the sky, but in their hearts burned a fire unlike any other, a fire of love, resilience, and faith in the future. Lyra sighed softly, her eyes gazing at the sparkling stars. We fight not just to survive, but for something more beautiful, for the child within me, for the future of two worlds. Ethan looked deeply into her stormy eyes, his gaze filled with trust. No matter what lies ahead, we will get through it. Together, nothing is impossible. A fierce wind swept past, tossing Ethan's cloak, reminding them of the harsh trials ahead but also promising an unforgettable journey. The dense darkness still shrouded the forest, the wind howling like the sighs of a wounded nature. Ethan and Lyra pressed deeper into the heart of the jungle, every step matching the frantic beat of their hearts. The child in Lyra's womb, as symbol of life amid the ashes, became the most dangerous target they must protect at all costs. Suddenly, a piercing whistle echoed through the air, the unmistakable sign of the enemy drawing near. Ethan dropped low, swiftly pulling Lyra down into a shallow hollow beneath the roots of an ancient tree. Smoke and dust from previous explosions still drifted in hazy clouds, suffocating the air and obscuring their vision. Lyra breathed rapidly, but her eyes remained razor-sharp, focused on the sound. "They are coming, more than I expected." Her voice was hoarse but resolute. "We can't keep running. We have to fight." Ethan nodded, his gaze unwavering. "They don't know what advantage we have." He pulled a small device from his pack that emitted a cold blue glow, a signal jammer designed to disrupt DRANID communications, disorienting their warriors for crucial minutes. As the enemy group emerged clearer from the smoke, Lyra suddenly called out with a surge of energy despite her frailty, "Ethan, get ready. I have a plan." Ethan glanced at her, then scanned the area for a strategic position before replying, "Go ahead, I'm listening." "We'll mislead them with a fake signal, then exploit their confusion to charge straight into the core where the ancient energy source lies." Lyra exhaled, her eyes sparkling with unusual confidence. "That's the key, Ethan. If we control it, we might turn the tide." Ethan tightened his grip on her hand, feeling the bond not only physical but spiritual. "I will protect you and the child no matter what." His vow fueled their spirits in the life or death moment. Plasma gunfire shattered the night, red and blue bolts slicing through the darkness like serpentine fire. Ethan and Lyra moved as a perfect unit, executing precise attacks. Ethan's strength and clarity combined with Lyra's sharp tactical mind forged a brilliant offensive that felled many foes. Yet the enemy was far from defeated. A colossal DRANID warrior clad in gleaming armor with brutal moves charged forward. Ethan stepped up, gun ready to meet the threat. "Let me handle this one," Lyra said, determination shining in her eyes. With swift motion, she unleashed a burst of radiant violet energy from her palms, staggering the giant. The DRANID soldiers behind hesitated, fearful of the spreading power. Ethan saw the force awakening in Lyra, fierce but needing control. He understood that not just the child but the warrior beside him was on the edge of infinite power and self-destruction. After defeating the giant, they pressed on quickly, entering a wild land littered with ancient ruins, dim light filtering through mossy stones. The scent of earth and burnt metal sharpened their senses to the max. Lyra leaned her head on Ethan's shoulder, feeling the only safe warmth amidst the inferno. "Thank you for never leaving me," she whispered, voice full of emotion. Ethan held her close, his eyes soft yet resolute. "We are family, and I won't let anything break that." Moonlight filtered through the leaves, illuminating the path ahead where a future of challenges and hope awaited. The dense darkness still shrouded the forest, the wind howling like the sighs of a wounded nature. Ethan and Lyra pressed deeper into the heart of the jungle, every step matching the frantic beat of their hearts. The child in Lyra's womb, as symbol of life amid the ashes, became the most dangerous target they must protect at all costs. Suddenly, a piercing whistle echoed through the air, the unmistakable sign of the enemy drawing near. Ethan dropped low, swiftly pulling Lyra down into a shallow hollow beneath the roots of an ancient tree. Smoke and dust from previous explosions still drifted in hazy clouds, suffocating the air and obscuring their vision. Lyra breathed rapidly, but her eyes remained razor-sharp, focused on the sound. "They're coming, more than I expected." Her voice was hoarse but resolute. "We can't keep running. We have to fight." Ethan nodded, his gaze unwavering. "They don't know what advantage we have." He pulled a small device from his pack that emitted a cold blue glow, a signal jammer designed to disrupt DRANID communications, disorienting their warriors for crucial minutes. As the enemy group emerged clearer from the smoke, Lyra suddenly called out with a surge of energy despite her frailty, "Ethan, get ready. I have a plan." Ethan glanced at her, then scanned the area for a strategic position before replying, "Go ahead, I'm listening." "We'll mislead them with a fake signal, then exploit their confusion to charge straight into the core where the ancient energy source lies." Lyra exhaled, her eyes sparkling with unusual confidence. "That's the key, Ethan. If we control it, we might turn the tide." Ethan tightened his grip on her hand, feeling the bond not only physical but spiritual. "I will protect you and the child no matter what." His vow fueled their spirits in the life or death moment. Plasma gunfire shattered the night, red and blue bolts slicing through the darkness like serpentine fire. Ethan and Lyra moved as a perfect unit, executing precise attacks. Ethan's strength and clarity combined with Lyra's sharp tactical mind forged a brilliant offensive that felled many foes. Yet the enemy was far from defeated. A colossal DRANID warrior clad in gleaming armor with brutal moves charged forward. Ethan stepped up, gun ready to meet the threat. "Let me handle this one," Lyra said, determination shining in her eyes. With swift motion, she unleashed a burst of radiant violet energy from her palms, staggering the giant. The DRANID soldiers behind hesitated, fearful of the spreading power. Ethan saw the force awakening in Lyra, fierce but needing control. He understood that not just the child but the warrior beside him was on the edge of infinite power and self-destruction. After defeating the giant, they pressed on quickly, entering a wild land littered with ancient ruins, dim light filtering through mossy stones. The scent of earth and burnt metal sharpened their senses to the max. Lyra leaned her head on Ethan's shoulder, feeling the only safe warmth amidst the inferno. "Thank you for never leaving me," she whispered, voice full of emotion. Ethan held her close, his eyes soft yet resolute. "We are family, and I won't let anything break that." Moonlight filtered through the leaves, illuminating the path ahead where a future of challenges and hope awaited. The blue light from Ethan's combat armor reflected on the ancient forest leaves, creating shimmering spots amidst the thick technological mist. They were no longer two separate individuals but a perfectly coordinated entity, their brains linked seamlessly through the biosync system transmitting direct neural signals. Each step brought them closer to the DRANID's critical zone, where optical sensor barriers and electronic force fields formed an almost impenetrable shield. Ethan activated a multi-layered signal jammer, a temporary stealth technology that uses multi-phase electromagnetic waves to disrupt enemy sensors for a few crucial minutes. Lyra, with her silver eyes reflecting the light from biotechnological implants on her retinas, searched for weaknesses in the defense system. She sighed softly, feeling her heartbeat rise not only from tension but from the abnormal energy flowing through her veins, the effect of laser-ion gene synthesis combined with violet plasma energy. "Get ready," she whispered through their neural link. The AI predicts 3 DRANID sentries patrolling ahead in a triangular formation to maximize coverage. Ethan responded with a series of plasma fire rate adjustments. "I'll pressure from the left, you circle around the right. Our synchronized reaction speed will catch them off guard." They move like ghosts through the tech forest, striking swiftly and precisely like the blue glowing laser weapons mounted on Lyra's wrists that ignited with every strike. As the confrontation began, plasma shots cracked the silence, light tearing through the darkness. Ethan used chain explosion techniques targeting the DRANID armor's weakest points, energy junctions, creating vulnerable beams. Lyra complemented with swirling plasma slashes, slicing through enemy energy shields. In the midst of battle, a sudden explosion shook the ground. Ethan felt a surge of energy flow through Lyra's body, signaling that her biological response was reaching a safety threshold. Yet she remained steadfast, her eyes burning with determination. "Don't let the energy control you," Ethan shouted through the link. "Focus on the mission." In that moment, Lyra realized the unspoken truth: power was not only in technology or weapons but also in will, unity, and trust. Together, they breached the DRANID's final defensive barrier, advancing into the secret command center where the darkest conspiracies awaited. The DRANID command center loomed before them like a fortress rising amidst a sea of black clouds, enveloped by a deep purple plasma shield, pulsing with electromagnetic waves that distorted the surrounding space. Automated defense systems operated continuously, supported by monstrous combat droids and orbital reconnaissance satellites, forming an impregnable wall. Ethan and Lyra crouched behind crumbled stone near the main entrance, their breaths mingling in high-pressure combat suits, feeling every battlefield vibration through the biosync neural platform. They knew that ahead was not just a battle, but a decisive confrontation that would determine fate. Lyra lightly touched the control interface on her wrist, projecting a holographic map simulating every detail inside the fortress. "There's an energy drill at the core, the power source for the entire defense system. If we destroy it, the plasma shield will collapse." Ethan nodded, his gaze sharp. "But it's also where their bioreactor is housed. A strike there could trigger a catastrophe, obliterating the entire complex." The moment of consideration lingered as they wondered if any option existed other than accepting the risk. "I'll enter and use my bio-interaction ability to disable the reactor system," Lyra said, eyes blazing. "My body has adapted to link with this technology. But if I fail?" Ethan grasped her hand tightly, imparting strength and confidence. "I'll protect you. Whatever happens, we'll face it together." Lyra nodded as her body began glowing with a soft violet light, a sign that her energy was fully activated. They charged into the fortress, dodging sweeping laser beams, evading thermal and ultrasonic scanners that pushed their senses to the limit. Inside, monstrous droids attacked fiercely, but Ethan and Lyra's synchronized coordination, enhanced by biosync, turned them into a deadly storm. Lyra reached the energy drill, placing her hand on the cold metallic surface, emitting biowaves that began to disrupt the defense system. Reaction initiated. "Hold steady," she shouted through the neural link. Outside, the plasma shield flickered, warning of imminent collapse. Ethan shielded Lyra from the fiercest counterattacks. The collapse moment came. The plasma light shattered, but the bioreactor triggered a violent shockwave that left Lyra stunned, her body nearly torn apart by overload energy. Ethan pulled her into his arms just in time, absorbing most of the force. They fell to the ground, breathing hard, eyes locked in those fleeting moments. Their bond of love and trust grew stronger than ever. "We did it, but it's only the beginning," Ethan said, panting. "The real war starts now." After the massive explosion shook the fortress, Ethan and Lyra lay gasping for breath inside a hidden control room, where the space was illuminated by cold blue light from rotating holographic displays. The chilly environment couldn't suppress the biocurrents running beneath her skin, as sign that the biosync system was operating at full capacity. Lyra placed her hand on the neural interface on her wrist. Her eyes flickered with violet light as she focused on connecting with the fortress's biological defense network. The defense system is 47% paralyzed. But be careful. Many layers of protection and technological traps were activated after the blast. Ethan stood, steady despite the lingering pain from the energy shock. He glanced at Lyra, his gaze gentle yet resolute. "We need to reach the command center before the DRANID restructure the system. Every second counts, or we'll lose our advantage." Lyra nodded. "I'm clearing the path through the biodefense network. But it demands constant regulation of my neural impulses. If overloaded, it could affect my nervous system." Ethan lightly touched her shoulder, warmth spreading amid the tension. "I'll stand here and support you, just like you have always been my strength." Within their minds, communication through biosync deepened. They felt not only each other's heartbeat but also thoughts, emotions, and intentions, a delicate, continuous electric connection. The old steel door creaked open as a squad of DRANID soldiers clad in nano armor and plasma weapons stormed in. They moved swiftly like technological beasts, emitting piercing screeches. Without hesitation, Ethan activated optimized combat mode, his Mark 9 plasma rifle glowing electric blue. Lightning-fast bursts tore through the air, breaking the nano armor of enemies in waves. Though still weak from the shock, Lyra wielded her Lumablade's energy swords crafted from magic-infused plasma crystals. Each slash radiated bioelectric waves that disrupted enemy systems. Amidst gunfire and screams, they maintained flawless synergy, fighting as one entity, their reflexes and moves predicted through their biolink. As the last enemy retreated, Ethan knelt to lift Lyra, gazing into her radiant golden eyes full of determination and strength beyond pain. "They cannot stop us," he whispered, "and we will never give up." Lyra smiled, weary but firm. "This battle isn't over. We're about to face something bigger, a darkness deeper than the war outside." Outside, black clouds cloaked the sky, Thunder rumbled and lightning flashed, a portent of a great storm ahead, a trial not just of body, but of spirit. After wiping out the invading Dranid force, Ethan and Lyra pushed deeper into the fortress, clearly feeling the pulse of a massive operating machine, the core reactor. It was not only the fortress's energy source but also the control center of its defenses, protected by a plasma energy shell capable of melting any ordinary matter. Still trembling from battle, Lyra approached the holographic control panel. Ethan, the reactor is controlled by an ancient AI programmed by the lost Lysterian civilization millennia ago. We must not only reach the core but also interface with this AI to gain control of the fortress. Ethan frowned, scanning their surroundings while placing a neural interface decoder against his temple. I'm unsure how to communicate with this AI, but if it's still active, it could be our greatest ally or deadliest enemy. Light flashed from the reactor core as quantum data streamed through space, forming a 3D hologram of a mechanical goddess with cold deep blue eyes and a face shimmering with metal and bioluminescence. Strangers, I have awaited you, the AI voice echoed in their minds, blending electronic resonance with a gentle human tone. Prove you are worthy of the core reactor's power. Lyra raised her hand to the control panel, directly connecting to the AI network via the bio-link integrated into her combat suit. I am Lyra Thal, the last surviving Lysterian warrior, and this is Ethan Kale, my steadfast ally. We come not to seize but to save worlds from destruction. The AI paused, its light dimming for a moment as if pondering. Loyalty must be proven through trial. A battle of knowledge and skill will decide your fate. Suddenly, their surroundings transformed, creating a razor-sharp virtual battlefield. Data blocks morphed into automated war machines, swarms of tactical drones capable of attack and defense. Ethan and Lyra instantly assumed combat stances. He unleashed bursts from his Mark 9 plasma rifle, leveraging integrated auto-targeting systems in his eyes to precisely eliminate each drone. Lyra wielded her Luma blades, each swing slicing through the data network, shattering it into glittering fragments. As the battle unfolded, they faced not only physical combat but also quantum cipher puzzles, a test of intellect and cooperation. Each correct solution weakened the drones, each mistake made them faster and stronger. Mid-fight, Ethan realized a crucial truth: Lyra, the core reactor is more than machinery. It seems to be a sentient entity with consciousness and emotion. If we understand its nature, we might not have to fight to control it, we could persuade it to cooperate. Lyra's eyes sparkled with hope. Let's use our biological connection to harmonize with it, Ethan. Meanwhile, I'll attempt to manipulate the defense systems via neural interface. The battle reached its climax as the AI triggered its final defense lines, massive machines capable of warping surrounding space, creating illusions and psychological traps. Ethan and Lyra fought not only external foes but also their own deepest fears and doubts. In their most exhausted moment, they looked at each other, knowing only the deepest connection could help them overcome this trial. Together, they touched the core, channeling their bioenergy and willpower into the AI system. A blinding light radiated throughout the room, data and emotion blending into a powerful shockwave that gradually deactivated the defense machines. The AI's voice rose, calm but authoritative. You have proven your worthiness and steadfast will. The core reactor will join you to protect life and maintain cosmic balance. Ethan and Lyra exhaled in relief, but aware that the path ahead remained fraught with dangers and secrets yet to be unveiled. As the light from the core reactor gradually dimmed, Ethan and Lyra felt a fresh surge of energy coursing through their bodies. Their connection was no longer just technological but had transformed into an invisible bond tightening their spirits, wills, and very lives together. Lyra looked at Ethan, her aquamarine eyes shining with resolve and a simmering fear. Ethan, this power is not only a gift but also a curse. The ancient Lyssirian warned, whoever controls the core reactor bears the responsibility of protecting the universe but is surrounded by an unseen darkness. Ethan nodded, deeply feeling the weight in her words. We have fought to survive, but will there come a time when we must confront the darkness within ourselves? Suddenly, the ground trembled violently. A black light erupted from the heart of the core reactor, forming fierce shadows, the embodiments of ancient souls bound by untapped power. Those are the dark fragments I warned you about, the AI's voice echoed, tinged with sorrow and authority. Power brings creation, but it also hides destruction. Ethan drew his weapon, his plasma rifle glowing electric blue, while Lyra wielded her two shimmering energy blades, preparing to face the nightmare just awakened. The battle unfolded in a chaotic space of data and light, as Ethan employed masterful tactics and enhanced technology to dodge attacks from the shadows. Each shot was accurate to the millimeter, shattering structures formed of black energy. Lyra, meanwhile, sliced through the phantoms, channeling positive energy from the core reactor into herself to maintain mental stability. She sensed the wild force inside her, the ancient Lyssirian plasma energy struggling to control the darkness. But it wasn't only a physical fight, they also battled internal demons. The haunting specters appeared as buried memories, failure, pain, loneliness. Ethan saw the faces of fallen comrades, while Lyra was tormented by the responsibility of sustaining her species. Don't let the past hold you back, Ethan spoke through the comms, his voice full of determination. We are not bound by fate. We create the future. Lyra smiled, her eyes brightening. Together, nothing is impossible. With perfect coordination, they combined technological might with Lyssirian warrior spirit, the core reactor's energy controlled by their unwavering will, producing a blinding light that pushed back the darkness. As the battle waned, the shadows vanished, and the space returned to calm. But Ethan and Lyra knew their journey had just begun. The core reactor was more than a power source, it was a living entity that needed nurturing and protection. We must find a way to harness this power sustainably, Ethan said, wiping sweat from his brow. Not just for us, but for the entire universe. Lyra nodded. And always stay vigilant against the forces lurking out there. They won't give up easily. Under the soft glow of the core reactor, they stepped forward together, ready to face any challenge, protect the future, and build a new era where strength and love connected all worlds. Thank you for joining us on this thrilling and emotional journey. If this story inspires you and you want to explore more mysterious adventures across the cosmos, hit subscribe now and turn on notifications so you never miss an exciting new video. Don't forget to leave a comment below to share your thoughts. Would you choose to stand and fight or give up when faced with your greatest challenge? Share this video with friends and family to experience together the power of courage and humanity that transcends all boundaries. See you in the next fantastic stories where the extraordinary becomes reality.